Please all stand and sing with me. I choose to see the love in me, ha ha, ha ha. I choose to see the love in me, ha ha, ha. I choose to see the love in me is also called divinity, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. I choose to honor who I am, ha ha, ha ha. I choose to honor who I am, ha ha, ha ha. I choose to honor who I am. I'm part of Spirit's greater plan, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. I choose to let my dreams come true, ha ha, ha ha. I choose to let my dreams come true, ha ha, ha ha. I choose to let my dreams come true, 'cause God's with me in all I do, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha.
Good morning and welcome to Unity of Columbia. I'm going to say a warm hello to our online people as well. Thank you for joining us this morning. So before we meet each other today, we're going to meet the moment. And what does that mean, to meet the moment? We've heard the scripture, "Be still and know that I am God." One of the oldest words of wisdom that tells us that stillness is just a breath away. And so we ask to be reminded today to let go of any mental turmoil we might be experiencing as we enter the inner sanctuary. That's where the healing presence dwells. And so let's breathe in the words today, "Be still and know that I am God." And we give thanks for the stillness that's always available to us. Please stand and greet each other.
Gonna set it free, let things be. Let the spirit of life carry me. 'Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed to be. Gonna set it free, let things be. Let the spirit of life carry me. 'cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Life unfolds with grace and ease, endless possibilities. They're everywhere, they've always been, when I choose to let them in. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the street of life carry me. 'Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the street of life carry me. 'Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. I've outgrown those smaller dreams, the way they used to limit me. I make the space, invite loving, magic fills my life again. There's something bigger calling me to follow where my passion leads. I trust the flow, don't need to know. I dance into the great unknown. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the street of life carry me. 'Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, let things be, let the street of life carry me. 'Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kathy. I'm very happy to be your facilitator for today. We are grateful for everyone who contributes to our service. We welcome everyone to Unity of Columbia. Thank you for those joining us online. And for those of you in the sanctuary, please make sure your cell phones are silenced. If this is your first time here, we welcome you especially, and we have a welcome packet for you either from the ushers or out in the foyer. Let's please celebrate our prosperity affirmation by saying these words together. Centered in spirit, we trust in the potential of Unity of Columbia to express abundance in perfect divine order. Our community makes decisions for the highest good, and we're open to the flow of new ideas and claim prosperity now. So join me in expressing our vision, mission, and core values. Our vision is, we celebrate a spiritually awakened world. Our mission is, we inspire the awakening and practice of divine love in every heart. In addition, we celebrate our core values, knowing that we have come here to be spirit-centered and to express the values of love, peace, and connection. And pardon me while I get the announcement sheet. Sorry about that, I had it all along. So a reminder about fellowship after Sunday service. We are helping out our awesome fellowship team by bringing foods to eat on certain Sundays assigned according to the first initial of your last name. So today was my week, and I did bring something. There's an insert in today's bulletin telling you how it works, and thank you to everyone who's been on board with the new program. There is a quarterly meeting coming up very soon on Sunday, January 25th. You're encouraged to attend, as the Board of Trustees will be sharing some important information. It's just good to know what's going on with the church, too. We have 2 social events coming up. Bunko on Friday, January 23rd at 6 to 8 p.m. This game is open to all. Details and sign up are in the foyer. And a very special basket making class. Ann McGinnity will be leading this class Saturday, January 31st from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Details and sign up are also in the foyer. In February, Unity classes will begin with the 7 stages of creation taught by Reverend Ann. On Wednesdays at 11 at Unity or Monday nights online. You can register online through the e-newsletter or sign up in the foyer. And now it's time for Cindy to read our daily word.
Good morning. Today's daily word is about guidance. I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence. Created in the image and the likeness of God, I have creative power to bring my ideas to life. I choose which thoughts to nurture and grow, and where and how to invest my time and energy. Like a sailor preparing to embark upon the open sea, I do not travel alone. I get clear about where I want to go and what I want to experience, and I get ready for the journey. I map the course to my goals and make an action plan. God accompanies me as the wind that fills my sails and propels me. I hold the rudder and choose the route, but ultimately the wind moves me. I collaborate with Spirit within and feel secure and brave knowing that I am always supported. With divine guidance to rely upon, I move confidently in the direction of my dreams. The human mind plans the way, but the Lord directs the steps. Proverbs 16:9. Please repeat after me. I follow divine guidance with faith and confidence.
Thank you, Cindy. Well, today we're going to be doing the blessing of the prayers a little differently, and you might have noticed that the prayer box is already up here. So normally this is the time when we pray for others, but today I feel that it's appropriate to take a few minutes to consciously hold this nation in prayer. Remembering that the truth is we're all one people and we share one life together. So today we will bless this country with peace, a peace that begins with us and our own hearts, one that extends outwards to our communities, that it goes through our presence and our conversations. We're going to bless this land with healing, which means replacing any hardness that we experience with some soft listening. Any weariness we feel, we replace with a renewed compassion. And so we're calling forth a gentle way forward that's guided by wisdom, mutual respect, and a deep recognition of our shared humanity. So we're now going to take a few minutes to reflect on one word, one healing word for this country. We have some prayer slips. I'll ask the chaplains to hand that out. If you would like to write down your one healing word and come and post it in the box, you can do that. Or you can just sit in your own prayer space. Raise your hand if you would like a slip. So just allow that one healing word to come through as we hold the country in the light of love. And we trust that what is needed is being revealed. Just come up in your own time and post your word if you've written a word. And so we release our blessings, knowing that peace is active, that healing is unfolding and the way forward is opening before us. And so it is. And so just a reminder that we have an amazing team of chaplains here. There is always someone ready to pray with you after service. So if you're feeling uneasy, this is your chance to have a bit of prayer to settle you in. And Anne is our chaplain today. So please remain seated as we sing our meditation song.
I am love. I am love. I am love. Free to be the voice of love. Free to make the choice of love. I am peace. I am peace. I am peace. Free to be the voice of peace. Free to make the choice of peace. I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. Oh, 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 oh. I am love. I am love. I am.
Here we all are together this morning. My name is Anne, and I'm thrilled to be up here to lead the meditation this morning. And so in this moment, we're going to relax into this moment with our mind quiet, our body at ease, our spirit calm. We're going to breathe into this quiet, this ease, this calm. We're going to release all that is not ease or peace or calm. Anything that is contrary to that, we let it go, leaving us now. Now we acknowledge to ourselves and to others our presence in this moment, a moment of sanctuary, both for us in the unity of Columbia and to others that are watching us through the airwaves of the Zoom. We deepen one more level, one more time, another breath, one more divine idea, another sense of love. And we accept for ourselves and others this sanctuary of being here today. And so we allow ourselves, each individually and together in spirit as well as in our congregation, to know that there is a haven, that it appears. There is a place and a time for safety. There's a spiritual reserve, and again, our sanctuary. For releasing all else, we rest in the gift of this sanctuary, our physical one as well as our spiritual one. And we easily move now into the silence where we will rest at ease at sanctuary. Now we breathe in and we release that breath, knowing that we're returning and that we are now allowing both our pure breath, our mind calm, our reserve, our spirits, and we know that we are in a great haven, and we allow all of our beings and all of parts of ourselves to know this. We accept this fully, individually and as a group, knowing that we are the divine source, that we're part of the divine source. Our human reserve also knows this. We each breathe all of this in, and we accept it fully and completely. For I am in a sanctuary. I am a sanctuary. And so it is now and ongoing. Amen.
So what's the plan? What are you going to be doing in 2026? And a few weeks ago, we were talking about the Chinese zodiac and how we've been in the year of the snake. We've been shedding our skin, and for some people, they've felt a bit stuck, and how 2026 is the year of the horse. So this new energy coming through. And I wonder how many of you have felt that kind of momentum, that things are finally pushing forward. Well, if we look at it from a numbers perspective, and numbers have their values too, in numerology, we work in 9-year cycles. So guess what? 2025 was a 9-year. It was the end of that 9-year cycle. And 2026 is a 1-year. So here's this new cycle beginning, new energy, and it's really a great time for us to be open to a new pattern of doing things. So I took the opportunity to have a look over the past 9 years. What happened in this last cycle for me? Very interesting. There's a lot of things I'd forgotten about. And you know, some of those things were great and some of them weren't. But I think it's worth looking at that. What did you do in your last cycle? And you might have to actually look up an old calendar or something to even remember everything, but it's an interesting exercise to take up. And then I wondered, well, what would happen if I looked forward to the next 9-year cycle? Like, how do I want that to be? What would I like it to be? And so we are kind of standing on a threshold at this point in time. And what if we decided to create a new pattern for the next 9 years? How would that look to you? And how would you fit into that? So here's a few questions you could ask yourself as you create your plan. First one might be, how centered do I want to be? I know that sounds like a silly question. How centered do I want to be? It means not getting rattled when there's stuff going on in the world or in the country or, you know, amongst friends. How do you want to stand steady in those situations? And so instead of reacting to something, you know, how can you give yourself a bit of a pause and then respond? Or do you even need to respond at all? So the question you might ask yourself is, you know, what practices will I commit to keep myself grounded? Another question might be, how balanced do I want to be? Balance is an interesting one because it's about knowing when to act, when not to act, when to rest, when to give energy to something. And, you know, we can be spiritually committed, we can do our prayer work, we can give service, but if we neglect the body, then we're not really balanced. So balance asks for wholeness. One of the questions you might ask yourself, well, what part of my life is asking for more attention? And here's another question, how focused do I want to be? And so we know focus is not about doing more, it's about doing less and being more intentional about it. So if we, for instance, set a clear intention that we want a more peaceful life, yet we start the day by watching the news and then eating breakfast at the same time, and then we get our phone and we go through our emails, who's emailed me during the night. If you contrast that to someone who might begin the day with some yoga stretches, a little bit of sitting quietly and breathing and preparing for the day, there's a big difference. So you might ask yourself, well, where is my attention? How do I start the day? And what's distracting me? It can be very easy to be distracted sometimes, and all of a sudden we realize we're way off course. How could you be more focused in this next cycle? So it's good to recognize that we're not separate from the plan, that in a way our consciousness is the plan, because it's through our consciousness that we express. So the plan for the year ahead is not goal setting, and I guess the reason why goals don't always work is because it's not really about managing a list, but it's something that we want to embody. And when we clarify how we want to be centered or balanced or focused, the outer plan just naturally will unfold. So some areas to consider for the year ahead might be self-care. That might be something that you want to embody. It's a big modern word that's used a lot, but what does it really mean? You know, the body has its sacred wisdom, so it's something to listen to. And the nervous system is often the first of our messengers. So if we feel aggravated, if we feel exhausted or restless, the nervous system is telling us something. These are all our signals. So to plan wisely for the year ahead, you might ask yourself, you know, how well do I want to sleep this next year? That's probably one I'll ask myself. You know, how do I want to sleep a bit better? How do I want to nourish my body? And the great Yogi Iyengar said that the body is your temple, so we can treat it as a temple. Keep it pure and clean for the soul to reside in. So self-care really is stewardship of this vessel through which we express our life. Another thing we might want to embody is boundaries. This is a little tricky for some of us. And boundaries, we can think of it as what is not negotiable. You might even think, well, nothing's not negotiable, but I don't know about that. Not everything deserves our attention or our energy. In Proverbs 4, it says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. So we kind of have to guard ourselves. So a couple of questions you might ask yourself: what will I say yes to? What will I say no to? And you know, sometimes when we've done something and we've set it down for another person to do, they don't always do it how we want them to do it. So one of the boundaries might be, don't pick it up again. You've done it, you set it down, and then you let it go. So boundaries between work and home, for those of you who are workers, boundaries between giving and receiving. That's a big one for a lot of women. They give, not so good at receiving. And boundaries between togetherness, the time we spend with others, and solitude. And Moses and Jesus both knew the value of solitude. It says that Moses went up the mountain and the cloud covered the mountain. Well, that's an interesting idea. Up the mountain, he's going up to find some clarity, and he's covered in a cloud, and we all know what it's like to be kind of foggy and not be able to decide on something or see clearly about something. It says, the glory of the Lord settled on Mount Sinai, and the cloud covered it 6 days, and on the seventh day, he called to Moses out of the cloud. Really interesting. 6 days, a long time. Sometimes it takes the 6 days to figure something else out, and then on the seventh day, it's, yes, I know what to do. That's the moment of clarity. And so Jesus also knew the value of solitude. The scriptures say he saw the crowds. He went up to the mountain, and after he sat down, the disciples came and sat with him. Very interesting. He used to spend lots of periods of time on his own, and the disciples knew when to come and be with him, because that's when he would share the teachings, all those things that had come to him in those moments of time by himself. And so later in Matthew, it tells us that Jesus was transfigured before them. His face shone like the sun, and his clothes became dazzling white. That sounds pretty good to me. So a bit of solitude by yourself, and hopefully you'll be a transfigured person. So having boundaries is like having a container for what is sacred to you. And the question, of course, is, what is sacred to you? Another area to consider is your energy. How do you use your energy? Because this determines how you show up in the world, how other people react to you, how you, your presence in the world. And last week I was trying to organise to get together with a friend of mine from New Zealand who's now living here, and we were trying to find a time to go have lunch together. So we decided on the week, too busy that week, too busy that, okay, we'll go to this week. Well, what about Monday? No, I can't do Monday. Tuesday? No, I can't do Tuesday, she says. And we went through all the days of the week, and then it seemed that Thursday was the only free day. And I said, oh, great, we can have lunch on Thursday. And then she said, oh, no, I can't do Thursday, that's me day. And I said, what's me day? Oh, she said, no work, no meetings, no appointments, no lunches, just me. And I thought, wow, we still haven't organised the lunch, but I thought, she's so disciplined. She gives herself a day a week to be in solitude. And maybe that's something that I'm going to see if I can figure that one out. It sounds good to me. So we do need to have an emptying kind of ritual. And it might not be a whole day, but, you know, going for a walk in the park, it might be just spending a few minutes to journal something, whatever it is that you do, but a planned rest day, like a Sabbath, that has no agenda to it. A plan that does not include rest or boundaries or care for the body is incomplete. The more we honour our energy, the more freely life flows through us. And so in the scriptures, there's a story of Nehemiah and the rebuilding of the wall. And Nehemiah realizes that the walls of Jerusalem are in ruins, and in ancient times, if you didn't have a really good, strong wall, then you were open to invasion. So the people are like enthusiastic, and they go, oh, let's get building, let's just do it. And in they get, and you know, someone does it this way and someone does it that way, and it's all a bit messy. There's a lot of enthusiasm, but there's conflict starts to happen, and then they start to fight over the whole thing, and it's all a bit of a disaster. But Nehemiah, on the other hand, doesn't rush into action. He just pauses, he prays, and then he listens. And so this plan comes through to him, and he's able to discern what needs to happen, how it's going to happen, and who's going to do it. But the point of the story is that it's an illustration that intentional planning that's guided by Spirit is a much stronger plan than one where we just go off and do it haphazardly. The wall symbolizes the structure of our consciousness, and it is a kind of structure. Nehemiah's plan is not about control, but it's about cooperating with divine order. So his clarity comes by tuning into that. And here's what Nehemiah says. He says, "The God of heaven is the one who will give us success, and we, his servants, are going to start building." And so the new plan's coming through, and it's really like a building process. We build it brick by brick. As we begin the year with spiritual intention, our plan becomes a living expression. And we can move forward not asking, how will this work, but knowing that Spirit goes before us and that the way will unfold. Proverbs 16 speaks to this. It says, "The human mind plans the way, but the Lord directs the steps." And so as we turn our thoughts to the past, thoughts to the year ahead, what is that one word that's going to lead you in? Just a guiding word, not a goal, but it's a quality of consciousness, and it could be something like gentleness or courage or ease or whatever that one word might be. What would that one word be that describes how you want to be in this next cycle? What is the prayer or affirmation that will lead you in? And some of us have favourite prayers. Psalm 23, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Whatever that is, it might be the prayer of Francis of Assisi, it might be something else. It might be an affirmation that you write for yourself. And these kind of anchoring prayers are very valuable because, you know, in our humanness, we get off the track. Have you noticed that? We can get pulled off the track, but a simple prayer or a simple affirmation can just bring us back. And what is the beauty that will sustain you? And we all need beauty in life. Is it going to the art gallery and seeing beautiful artwork? Is it going to a concert? I know we've got a couple of opera fans in this room. And is it sitting by the river? I don't know what your beauty is in your life, but find it and do it, because beauty in your life teaches you that life is good. Say with me, life is good.
Life is good.
And so all of this is spiritual wisdom made practical. And we know that unity is about practical Christianity, and that's why we're here. So planning a year that nourishes the soul. And so before we fully step into what is ahead, there's a little bit of holy work in pausing to acknowledge what has been lived in 2025. Not evaluating it or saying this was good or that was bad, but just to honour it. We honour the past year by recognising what we showed up for. What did you show up for? We honour it by noticing where we grew. We honour it by blessing what was completed. And we honour it by releasing what no longer needs to be carried forward. A farmer will tell you, some crops are abundant, others are sparse. But a wise farmer doesn't judge the soil. He gathers what grew, he thanks the land, and he lets the field rest. And this is the preparation for the next season. Well, the American poet Mary Oliver said this, "Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" And I love that, it's an invitation. What do you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? And so we're going to close out today with a blessing for 2026. For the year ahead, let life be sacred in every moment. May your care for yourself be gentle and sustaining. May your boundaries protect what is holy within you. May your days be filled with beauty and joy. May your word guide you your prayer steady you, and your heart remain open to life's unfolding. May you be centered, balanced, and focused, flowing with ease and full of courage. And may you honor what has been, release what no longer serves, and step forward fully awake to the blessings yet to come. And so it is.
Please all stand. Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are part of each other. We are one. One tie that binds us, that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One loving family, sharing one son. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one. One choice unites us. Let this be the one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
We now place a blessing on our gifts and put ourselves into the law of circulation. If you are joining us online and you've been blessed by today's message, I invite you to go to the giving page on our website, that is unityofcolumbia.org. Your gift will help to keep these services online. As we support our spiritual community, please take your offering, whether you give electronically, by check, or by cash. Hold it in your hand and your heart as we affirm these words together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
Morning dawn was breaking, took a walk outside. Snow lay on the mountain and the sky was red as fire. Then I heard the singing, the rattle and the drum. Smoke rose from the teepee to the sky, made my heart want to fly. What a way to start a new year. Friends around the fire, praying for the earth and joy in our lives. Me, well, I was dreaming. I dreamt I went inside, watched the poisons being drawn out to make way for newer lives. Say better days ahead. And what we're finding is what we've always known. What we're looking for, we got right here at home. With open hearts, we take hold each other's hand and walk in the most beautiful way we can. And walk in the most beautiful way we can. I've learned to love the nighttime, to listen to my dreams. They bring to us a vision of how our lives can be. Bright as any sunrise, strong as any tree, flowing as the river flows back down to the sea, open as the wind blowing free. What we're finding is what we've always known. What we're praying for, we got right here at home. With open hearts, we take hold each other's hand and walk in the most beautiful way we can. And walk in the most beautiful way we can. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Those of you who crying, won't you dry your tears? Those of you so frightened, there is nothing here to fear. Those of you who are smiling, won't you laugh out loud? And those of you who are dancing, won't you dance strong and proud? A new day dawns for us all. What we're finding is what we've always known. What we're praying for, we got right here at home. With open hearts, we take hold each other's hand and walk in the most beautiful way we can. And walk in the most beautiful way we can. Walk in the most beautiful way we can.
Thank you, Carolyn and the band, for some music this morning. Okay. So we acknowledge Spirit as the source of our supply. And as we give our gifts with full intention this morning, we also acknowledge the many blessings that come to us in our lives on a daily basis. We say thank you. Thank you for these gifts. given freely and with love to do the work of Spirit through Unity of Columbia. And we say together, Amen. And in come the children.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Good morning. So we were talking this morning about how we can see God everywhere in everything, and Ronya created a couple amazing pictures with all the things that she was seeing God in. Ronya, do you want to tell us a couple of things on your picture?
Heart, rock, flower, eagle, although salamander.
Quite amazing. All right, let's bless our children. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are.
So today we're going to say hello to Greg and Marianne. They are with us online but couldn't be here in service. And I want to just also remind you that this is birthday celebration and there will be cake. So please stay for our fellowship afterwards. Please rise and sing with us the prayer for protection.
God is here, the light of God surrounds us. God is here, the love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.
As you go forward into this coming week, remember from our songs today, we are love. And as you plan your year coming day by day, week by week, month by month, keep that as your mantra. Amen.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be. With God as Creator, family won't hurry. As we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, it is the moment.